Everybody, and welcome back to my video. It's Dan. Today we're gonna actually go ahead and look at the second teaser that was posted a while ago, and it is going to be mainly exploring the forest, the new and revamped forest, but then also the more of the New Haven kind of area. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
So I'm back with another teaser video showing you some cool stuff coming up for High Realms. If you missed the last video where I explained why we're revamping the game, definitely go check that out. It's the last video we posted. As promised, I'm going to be showing you some comparisons of the before and after of the forest, so you can check out the new forest, how it's looking. And as promised, I'm going to show you a new feature in the game, which is, it's the small things, okay? It's actually a couple features. You can see we got moving trees now. Looks so cool.
Oh, gee, that sounds pretty good. Sounds better, more realistic. It's kind of a lot. Just give a little more realism and just general vibes, you know.
So our trees have come alive, and they also drop leaves when you hit them. You know, little animations. It's the small stuff, man. But a big one a lot of you have been asking for is you were tired of using tools to break crops. So we added the F key for harvesting, so it's going to be a lot easier for you to harvest crops this way. And I think the obvious is I'm not on my island, but I'm harvesting crops. What is this magic? Yeah, we are adding public crops. And the reason is we're trying to make it so that islands are now kind of optional for the most part. And I say for the most part because you have a lot of limitations for what you can do in public islands. So for example, you can't get free seeds from wheat in public islands. You can level up, you can get money this way. It's really easy to farm. We are going to be nerfing wheat value as a result of this. And we got a lot of crops here. You'll see, you know, inside the New Haven, this is a starter island that we're working on. This is basically where everyone starts and learns how to play the game. So you can see though, we got lots of crops. So if you know someone else is hogging this crop and you can't get anything, you can always go to another one. Of course, you can still use scythes here. And we got a really cool new feature coming to farming that you're going to love. Certain crops are now going to require progression with tools for crops. So
That kind of sounds pretty good. Progression with just actual tools. So you gotta actually unlock something in order to harvest some specific crops instead of just harvesting crops and then you just get a certain thing. That sounds a lot more fun and actually a lot better because now you have to actually do stuff and just not just like do one thing and then you're done. Just doing some actual stuff. Now, I'm not sure how this is gonna affect new players. But I know old players, we pretty much have everything unlocked, so I don't know how it's gonna be, but hopefully they can kind of make it so that there's a certain limitation where we can still kind of get a sense of this update, but we also kind of don't lose everything, you know.
yeah, watermelons had its time, you know, but if you want even more OP crops, you kind of have to use some new tools, and we got this whole like new system to crops coming, so just stay tuned for that. I don't really want to spoil too much, but you can finally harvest crops here in public. We're also going to have some other crops available in different islands, so if you want to be able to get maybe some carrots or things like that, we actually have some new crops coming as well to the Arctic. I'm kind of getting into spoilers, so I don't really want to say much more, but I really love this whole crop system, being able to farm out here. This is the starter island, like I said, and the reason why we did this is the island itself, like your player island, can be very overwhelming, especially with having to teleport everywhere. And if you just want to learn like the basic mechanics of the game, this island here is for you. So you don't have to dig around. You don't have to worry about building an island. A lot of people said they didn't really like building their own island, but they wanted to progress in the game. And I think part of it is because a lot of people just don't know how to decorate or don't really know what to build. So your island is kind of optional. The game's also going to load way faster because we have players spawning here. And the good news is we're going to also allow you to start on your island if you prefer that. So if you're an existing player and you're like, DV, no way do I want to be spawning on some island like this. I want to be on my own island when I spawn in or load the game. And yeah, that's totally an option as well. So let's go over to the forest. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. All right, so you can see on the left side here is the old forest. On the right side is the new. You'll notice
I want to point out, as you see, it is a lot less blocking, but it still has some of that blockiness kind of in there. Like you can see the all the way back there. in the new forest, you can see some minor small blocks there still, which is okay. I'm fine with having some small blocks because that's what Hyrule is. It's some small minor blocks. Can't actually have our islands as terrain, but it's fine. Most people prefer to actually have something a little different within the actual game instead of the game itself having the same as the islands and everything.
A huge difference in lighting, the quality. We also have new trees. So these are trees you will be able to cut down on your island, by the way, and we are going to be adding saplings. So you can finally plant trees on your island. You don't have to use underlanes anymore. We also have these docks here. We're going to be adding a bunch of NPCs to the world, so it's not going to be empty like this. You're going to see quest givers here. We're working on the whole quest system right now. A lot of them are done. A lot of them are still in development. But we really wanted to add life to the forest. You can see there's a little campsite here. There's going to be quest givers there. We also have the Darkfang Mire. We might be removing the level locks for zones. A little teaser, a little spoiler. But we're going to make things more interesting on level locks. So like maybe you can't get to a particular island without having certain equipment just from the terrain itself.
Yeah, see here, it's a lot less kind of here. It's a lot less compact. It's a lot more cleaner. It's small, but it's not more blockades, more kind of terrain. It kind of gives the game a little more vibe and just allows it to generally just be more kind of realistic, kind of not really doing, oh, you gotta do that, you're worried about falling off the block. But you see, you're still gonna get the trees on your island that are on the left. Of course, that's not gonna stop them, but maybe hopefully we can get some trees that look like on the left. We kind of put on our islands, but I highly doubt that we're gonna get that. So
you can see the pads right here, the dirt pads, and these do use the same textures as our blocks. So the terrain is completely custom material. You're going to see that, you know, it still feels pixelated. The trees are low poly. Yeah, it feels a little different than the old blocky trees. You can still make blocky trees on your island if you want to, on your personal island.
the thing I like about this is actually the little sewer pump that they got right there. Looks pretty cool.
We haven't taken that away. So when you cut these trees, you are cutting down wood blocks, and you're also getting these the same leaves as old trees. So if you don't like the new trees, you can use the old trees on your own and just build those out on your own island. We're all about giving you.
Okay, so it does seem like we're gonna get the new trees as well and the old trees. I like that. So we still can get both the new and the old trees. I like that. Really adds the realism to the game.
You choices on how you want to build stuff, which is very important to me. But I love the look of this. It looks so much cleaner. It looks so much better. And the great thing is this island on the right took us days. The island on the left took us weeks. That's how fast we're able to make worlds. So it's so much easier for us to create new stuff for you. We're also going to be adding some more farmlands here. So you're going to start seeing, you know, a few crops here and there. They're not going to be as dense as the wheat. So it's going to be a little harder to find crops.
Guess the video's about to end here, but I'm gonna go actually. As you see, we don't really see how the blue trees look. Now, that's probably there for, we're not gonna see it for a reason. I don't know, but yeah, that kind of does look a little bit more
on
better.
The forest. So that's pretty much it for the.
Yeah, so we don't get a CF, unfortunately, but I'm sure that's probably just look a little down, or you gotta kind of go down into that hole there, and it's gonna be just a whole big area. We have a lot of Grimthorns there, which hopefully is gonna have a lot less grinding to do, kind of, but also prevents enough grind where it prevents people from AFKing the area. Now, of course, people are going to find ways, but you can't do anything about that.
This teaser this week, I will show you some more stuff next week. Hopefully, I know it. I was kind of delayed. I'm sorry. It took me a little longer than I planned. Okay. But maybe I'll show off the mire next week. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting the next episode will be the mire. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the mire whenever that video does go ahead and comes out. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. If you want to see more High Realms content or more Roblox content, or just in general, more content from me, feel free to subscribe to the channel. So, yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.